Welcome back, everybody, back in the video. Today it is Guild War, potentially our last Guild War of the tournament. Who knows, right? Because again, it is going to be rank 1 versus rank number 2. MOMOLAND versus FULMINA. Man, oh man. Now again, I wish the matchup was different. I would love to not fight MOMOLAND. Of course, good old friends over there. Now, again, like I said in the beginning of the video, potentially our last Guild War inside of the Guild War tournament. We'll find out. But other than that, let's dive right into our first Guild War attack. And potentially our last. Oh, man. All right, let's dive right into it. For our first attack, we're going to go ahead and fight a Leafy, Genesis Ras, Setsuka. We're going to go ahead and bring in the good old reliable Ilanov, Leafy, and Yoha comp. I swear my stats have been changing every single time on my Yoha and Ilanov now since I've been doing RTA. But my Leafy is almost the exact same thing. And then Yoha is almost basically the exact same thing as she normally is. But I don't really remember her stats 1-to-1. So this is basically still close enough to her stats. And then that bottom team, we are going to go ahead and bring in a tanky Redneck. Yes, 21k. It should have been like this in the last Guild War. That's why it was even close to begin with, because I got greedy, and I just wanted to go ahead and just slam attack. Not really HP like I should. And then we have Lady of Scale. We are on Protection, Unfading Memories, Imprint AoE, just for our Elvira. Our Elvira on screen right here already has about 400 ER because of Bastion of Hope, right? On top of that, thanks to the Unfading Memories and Lady of Scale's Imprint, we do have about maybe like 440, 430 ER. I could bring Deanne here, but I don't really like the Deanne, because I swear if I misclick one time, it's over. At least here, I should be fine. Surely, this is not like a 300 effectiveness free win, but let's go ahead and find out, right? Again, this is the war versus rank number 2 and rank number 1. MOMOLAND versus FULMINA. So, sadly, it has to be MOMOLAND, right? We have to fight them. I did not want to fight them whatsoever. But hopefully we do well, and let's go ahead and go into it. Just double checking everything. You are good. You are good. ER. Again, I'm fully expecting maybe affecting this Genesis Ras, maybe Setsuka first on all their defenses, because funny enough, they are running this Yoha Genesis Ras a lot. Trust me. I mean a lot. A lot of them have this exact same defense. So again, hey, if it works, it works, right? But alright, it is a superhuman Genesis Ras, which means we are literally going to just blow up the Setsuka. Now, I did I'm debating, what if I just go ahead and just get rid of the Yoha first? Alright, what if we just get rid of Yoha? Is there a world here I just get rid of her? I mean, she is RNL. That RNL could be a problem down the road. Okay, this is double injury. All right, nice to know. So, since this is double injury, I will just go ahead and get rid of Setsuka first. All right, let's go ahead and rip S1. Yeah, again, to be expected, right? You want to expect injury Ras, injury Setsuka, effectiveness Ras, Setsuka going first. There's a lot of stuff you have to keep in mind when fighting this specific defense. Again, don't get me wrong. It is very, very popular. It is very, very old at this point, right? In terms of Guild War standards, it's pretty old now, right? But if it works, it works. That's literally all that matters. I will go ahead and... I was going to rip S1 into the Genesis Ras, but just in case, if I see some RNL shenanigans like that, I am just going to go ahead and just try to get rid of the Yoha first, right? All right, let's go ahead and rip S1 on the Yoha, and she should be gone. Hopefully, right? All right. Again, it may be a long Guild War video, probably because we got this comp over here, and then we got the other comp, the Lady of the Scales, Freerin and Deanne comp, which is going to be a snoozer. All right, I'll probably cut it up. I'm not too sure. We'll find out. All right, let's go ahead and rip S1 again. Alright, do I want to rip S1 here? Not really. I'm going to go ahead and rip S3, right? I'm going to rip S3 just because we are going to be able to lap this Genesis Ras, and I at least want to apply some more injury on him just in case, right? I do want to get rid of him for sure, right? Let's go ahead and soul burn S1. Apply more injury on him. Beautiful. And let's just go ahead and soul burn this. Boom, boom, boom. And we are double S1 in. And then now, our Lethe will go ahead and finish him up. There you go. All right, just in case, because we weren't superhuman, I didn't want to deal with him reviving and all that. But we are done with the first round. Did take about 4 minutes. It is what it is. I could probably try to go in here and cleave, but I don't want to chance it whatsoever, right? All right, round number 2. Let's go ahead and see this guide of decision. Not surprised by this, right? Not surprised whatsoever that it's probably a 30K. This is probably like a 30K Deanne, let's be honest here. Alright, I will rip that on the Frieren. Doesn't matter, resist it. I will rip this on Deanne, right? I'm going to rip it on her to just try to get rid of her first, right? She is going to be stalling it out quite a bit. Alright, there it is. 14K. Alright. Boom, boom, boom. And I will be ripping S2 here because, again, my passive literally doesn't matter. My passive on Elvira literally doesn't matter. So let's just go ahead and rip S2 here. S3, my bad. For the abundance to try to get rid of this Deanne. Again, Deanne over Elvira is perfectly fine in this situation. Right? Just keep that in mind. Alright, Elvira's going to go. 7K. This is to be expected a full DPS. Frieren, just look at her speed, right, and her HP. It should be a full... Okay, to be expected, it is a full DPS. Now, here comes Deanne. It is 34K. Again, like I said earlier, we are going to be here for a while. Right? So I may cut it up. If I do, hey, I'll see y'all in the future. Because it's going to be a long one. But, and of course, their free wins at 7K exactly. So she is basically going to pop as well, right? But there you go. Very, very clean. Hey, it is what it is. I have to run this. It is almost basically... It could be our last Guild War. Have to lock in, and I am scouting, by the way. So it is what it is, right? I am not using trial comps on the scout. But let's dive right into our second Guild War attack. For our second Guild War attack, we are running the exact same thing. It is just flipped around. So I am not going to show the stats. The stats are literally the exact same stats you saw in the beginning. So if you are interested in those stats, forget it. I'll just show it. It's going to take like 2 seconds, right? There's Elvira. There's Lady of the Scales. Again, we're literally going to be running it back probably with the exact same comp the entire Guild War, right? Probably. So let's go ahead and show Ilanov. Ilanov, Aureus, Proc said very, very important. Lethe, typical Lethe here, 28K, 250. And then you'll have some ER, HP, and defense, and yeah, just bulkiness to survive the Genesis Wrath, just in case Setsuka does go first. But let's go ahead and dive right into it. Again, it's going to be another snoozer. That's just how it is. That's just how it is, right? But all right, let's go ahead and go in. Let's see. Is this another damage Frieren? Ooh, it is not. Ooh, okay. Man, that is a Cursed Compass. Uh-oh. That is a Cursed Compass Frieren. Are we going to be in trouble? Let's go ahead and rip S2 here. Okay, they resisted. All right, it is what it is. Let's go ahead and rip S3 on their DN. Might as well, right? Might as well. Alright, let's see. Are we gonna get effectiveness checked here? Let's find out. Oh man, let's find out that we're gonna get effectiveness checked. Alright, let's go ahead and rip S3 here. Actually, do I want to rip S3? I feel like I have to, right? Let's go ahead and rip S3 here, because we are gonna get pushed back, and it could be a problem. Well, again, let's find out. Are we going to get effectiveness checked? A little nervous, right? We saw a Cursed Compass there. There it is, and here comes the Frieren. Again, we are like almost 450 ER here. They do have Cursed Compass, so it could be a problem. We resisted. Beautiful. All right, the worst part is over. At this point, it is GG. She is basically gone. So let's find out what this team number 2 is. Is it going to be a fast Setsuka this time? Is it? Let's see, right? Okay, no, it's not. It's the exact same thing. Okay, it's a 14K Yoha. Okay, that literally looks like it's max speed Yoha. Because that gap between my Lethe and that Yoha is kind of crazy, no? I think it was max speed. Just to catch people who, like me, want to bribe with your area, Khalif, right? But alright, there goes Genesis Wrath yet again. I'm assuming injury. Yep, another injury. Alright, let's go ahead and rip S3 again. And again, Lethe is going to get a buff. in the upcoming balance patch, but hopefully it shouldn't really reduce her damage when it comes to her Call of the Abyss, right? She is going to be getting some decreased damage on her S1, but that means she will be getting Omen on anything. If she dual attacks, she will apply Omen. If she counters, she's applying Omen. So, she's losing some damage on her S1, but she's getting a lot more opportunities to proc her Omen. It's going to be very, very good, but maybe bad when it comes to the Lethe comp that we've been using, right? We'll find out when it does, go live, that patch. But we'll see. We'll see. Who knows what's going to happen? I will be ripping S1 on... Let's just dump it on the Lethe, might as well. Not Lethe. On their Yoha. It is only at 14k. It's only 14k Yoha, but I don't want to chance it whatsoever, right? I could just get greedy there, get rid of the Ras, and make it quicker. But let's say I missed a kill, and well, then we're kind of cooked at that point, right? Not really cooked, but it just takes a little bit longer. So let's go ahead and rip S1 again. I will S3 the Genesis Ras to apply a lot more injury. And then at this point, I think whenever Lethe takes a turn, I should be able to kill him from here. If not, I'll probably just rip S3 on Lethe. Can I kill from that? I'm just going to play safe. Let me just rip S3, right? I want to get a little bit more damage on him, and then we should be fine, right? Genesis Ras can do whatever here. I can find out if he's affecting us or not. He didn't land anything there. Alright. Let's go ahead and Soul Burn S1. Apply more damage. Maybe kill him here. Alright, let's apply some injury as well. There you go. And let's go ahead and rip S1. And he should be gone. Again, another clean attack. And yet again, I'm sorry. That's just how it is up here in terms of Guild Warrior. But I'm scouting, and the guild is running this exact same defense. I have to be extremely careful, right? But that's our second hit down. Let's dive right into our last and final attack of the Guild War. For our last and final attack, we're going to go ahead and find a Yoha, Belian, Setsuka. We will be bringing our good old boy Mort over here on protection, HP, and Holy Second. Now, I thought about throwing Aureus on him, but obviously I don't want him to die from the Belian and all that, so we will be just running that. We do have our good old girl May Chloe. Now, I wish I had another Unfaded Memories. This would be a perfect time to have two of them, but it is on my latest scales down there for the ER check, for effectiveness check just in case. So we will be running just Unfading Crystals on, or Guardian Ice Crystal on our May Chloe. Now, I thought about Touch of Echoes, but I don't know if I would like that in this situation, right? I don't know. So I'm just going to run Guardian Ice Crystal just in case. I could run this. I don't know, right? I don't know. Once per turn ain't so bad. But I'll just run Guardian Ice Crystal just in case I do kill Belian first. And it's just Setsuka. And then, yeah. And then our Urban Shadow Shoe is just going to be a normal build. 264, 23k with Pursuit on and Sweet Miracle. Now I could run Symbol of Unity. But I'll keep the extra HP just in case. And then bottom team is going to be the exact same stats as you've been saying. My Renek is a little bit slower, just a little bit more HP, and that's really about it. And then we do have latest scales, same build as earlier. Nothing's changed there. And then Elvira, same thing. ER all the way. Hope and pray we, it's an effectiveness check. Hope and pray we could, avoid that. But let's go ahead and dive right into it. It's going to be our last and final attack of the Guild War. Surely we don't end off with an int. We've been doing very, very well this tournament so far. Let's go ahead and find out. So it is going to be a SAS Yoha. Again, I could have brought in my own Yoha, Genesis Ras, and ARAM. But, yeah, I didn't want to mess with it, right? But, all right. Let's see. Belian is a 55k Belian. Again, to be expected, by the way, right? All right, there you go. I will just hold my S3. I don't want the Setsuka to be stripping me here. Let's go ahead and rip S3 on the Belian. We miss. Oh my goodness. Alright. Very, very tragic. Another time I should just ran Symbol Unity. Alright. There goes the Setsuka. Here comes an S1. There it goes. It is going to be injury. Okay. I was not expecting an injury. Okay. It's nice to know. Nice to know here. Alright. There you go. We got rid of that. Let's go ahead and rip S1 on the Belian. We miss yet again. We have been missing the entire time. Oh my goodness. Okay, thank you, Mort. Beautiful. Beautiful counter from Mort to stop some damage coming in. Alright, so go ahead and just slam S3 for some damage at this point. And honestly, I am probably just going to start focusing down the Yoha. Alright, she's probably going to be, honestly, the only big problem here. Let's go ahead and just S1. Alright, let's go ahead and dump the S3 into the Yoha. Can we hit for once? Is a better question. Okay, we hit for once. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright, there goes Setsuka. Here comes the good old Yoha. And luckily, it is not a RNL. Luckily, it's not an RNL Yoha. Alright, go ahead and S1. Beautiful. Here comes the Lion. So it is a Rise of Monarch. Okay, not too shabby. I haven't seen a Rise of Monarch in a while. Alright, here comes another S3. And now I would think this goes on Setsuka. I think. Yeah, it would go on Setsuka. Alright, here comes another S1. We got another counter here. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and rip S1 again on the Yoha. Another S1. Beautiful again. Here comes Setsuka. Alright. Here comes the Lion. Oh my goodness. Shirley. The May Chloe. Here comes the Mort. Sadly, our passive is not up yet. There's a bleed. Alright. Luckily, I have S3 here. Alright. There you go. And then now, I will dump this into the Yoha. Can we please hit? It's not game breaking. It's not. We don't lose if we miss, but I just want to hit and get rid of her. All right, there goes Setsuka. Can I stun? No. Okay. Can I S1 again? Stunned. No stun again. Tragic. Alright, let's see how this goes. Here goes another. Oh my goodness, the Lion. Let's go ahead and rip S1. Can we stun Setsuka? No stun. So this is going to hurt, by the way. Alright, Setsuka is going to go ahead and S1. And then her passive is going to proc. It's going to be a little ugly. It's going to be a little dicey here. But we should be good. Beautiful. Beautiful Guardian Ice Crystal, right? Very, very beautiful. All right. Let's go ahead and rip S1. All right. Beautiful. Say, spooky. Very, very spooky. But, hey, if it was 3F, I think we probably would have lost, to be honest. Again, I've used this comp before, but all it takes is just one Belian extra attack, and it's a little bit dicey. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't want to use Lionheart either for that. I could. It's another guided decision. All right, it is what it is. Let's go ahead and look at the CR bar. I will just rip S2 on the Freerin. I might as well. She has no souls. It's a victorious flag. Okay, I mean, I guess. And again, I may cut up this attack if I do. Sorry, it's just, I don't want to bore you guys and just have you guys sit here and look at a very, and I mean very, very snoozer of an attack. Which in my opinion is very, very nice. I like that. Right, one hit, that's it, it's over. It is over. But, just like that, we did go 6-0. Let's hope and pray we are here again tomorrow with another war, but we'll find out, right? But other than that, though, thank you for watching the video. Hope you have a good day, and I will see you guys later on. Peace out.